Hello, classmates. Let me introduce myself. My name is Beatriz Moreno Arango. I am administrative assistant and I want to tell you about a recycling way. The title of my project is to replace the use of synthetic fertilizers in the garden in my house. The thesis of this project is that the organic waste that we produced can be transformed in fertilizers for plants. With something so simple, we can change the planet. There is a justification, which is I live in the Valle de Aburrá, and here we produce around 2,000 tons per day. So the situation is critical, and I think the recycling in all its forms can be a solution for the contamination problem. This solution concerns all us, on the whole planet, because the health of us is in risk, the animal life, the plant life, the air, the ground, the everything is in risk. The project has three objectives. The first is to identify another way to fertilize the garden of my house. The second objective is to analyze this new way of fertilize. And the third project is to demonstrate that this way works. And now let's go to the content. The flowchart. The process is represented in the flowchart. Recycling cycle. Source separation of waste. To collect the garbage. Sorting in the collection center. Cell. Incorporation to industrial process. Let's see the content. Body. Recycling. Why is important recycling? Recycling is the process of converting waste materials into reusable objects to prevent waste of potentially useful materials, reduce the consumption of fresh raw materials, energy usage, air pollution from incineration, and water pollution by decreasing the need for conventional waste and lowering greenhouse emissions. Recycling is a key component of modern waste reduction and is the third component of the reduce, reuse, and recycle waste hierarchy. Well, the benefits to use organic waste like fertilizers, we have three. Point one, it is a cheap form and ecological to protect the environment. Uh, Point two, this compost enrich the soil and therefore it is best quality substrate and ecological too. And third, increase the life of plants. Well, uh, let's see the process to turn organic waste in fertilizer. There are two ways. The first is the vermicomposting. The vermicomposting is an activity that uses California redwoods, recycling organic waste and producing compost and meat rich in animal protein. Uh, this process needs a big area and it can be more expensive. The second way is the compost. In the compost, you can see the graphic. Process compost materials. The materials are plastic containers, wood sawdust, common soil, mesh sheaf, road, and organic waste. The compost cycle stage: organic waste to separate, to load, to mix and fermenting, to unload, compost, and finally to enjoy fertilizing. Obtain data. For 2 months, the mix was monitored, and every week the mix was stirred. Uh, we don't use waste animals. The resulting material was a dry compost, good quality, and a full container. Conclusions. In conclusions, I would like to say that with this process, the amount of organic waste can be reduced. Second, a plastic container produces a wood. Third, the compost quality is good and ecological. The process is very simple, and if we want quality life, we must change um, our consumption habits. Please recycle.